Hi everyone! So I am here to do a little bit of a debriefing on my phone interview for the Disney College program. I was going to start vlogging in case I get the job. I still don't know yet, so fingers crossed that I get it. But I thought I'd do a little vlog so that we could keep up to date, and if you're anything like I was, you'll have tons of questions about the interview. So first things first, I'm here to tell you, do not stress over this interview. Honestly, I was so nervous and I was freaking out about the whole thing, but really it was so relaxed and it was so she was so sweet and so open to any questions I had. So the first thing that happened in my interview was she wanted to know about any body modifications. So I do actually have my cartilage pierced, as you can see. And so I told her about that, but I'd be willing to remove it for the day or honestly for the whole program, whatever they needed me to do, just because, I've had it for a while, so it's okay if it had to be removed. Then she wanted to know, basically why I wanted to work in the parks. And I told her, all of this stuff about my family vacations, and the staff was really great and all this stuff. The next things we talked about were what jobs I wanted to partake in. So we talked about, for me personally, I had my character audition, which I'll talk about in another video. And I had my character auditions, and then I wanted to work in either hospitality, so in a resort, or an attractions assistant, working in the attractions. So I talked to her about that for a while, and she wanted to know specific things about each thing. So when it came to attractions, she wanted to know how I would handle a situation where if a kid was too short to ride the ride, what would I do to kind of reason with them and calm them down and everything and make sure them know that it was going to be okay. So I told her about that. And then she wanted to know if I had a driver's license. So if you want to work attractions and you don't have your license, honestly just go out and get it right now. If it's anything like the test in Michigan, it's going to be easy peasy if you know your stuff. So if you don't have your license and you want to work attractions, or you want to do I think if you have to drive transportation or anything, you probably need one too. So stop watching this video, go out, get it, and then come back. So anyway, so I have my license and everything, so I told her about that. And then with hospitality, one thing she wanted to know was if I had any experience with cash handling and things like that. So I told her about my experiences in the restaurant and ice cream parlor I worked in. And then she wanted to know about if I've ever had to deal with a situation with, a lot of people at one time or unhappy customers. So I went into detail about any past experience I had with that. Past experience, it isn't necessary, don't get me wrong. But you're going to want some of it to make sure that you are able to handle these situations. At Disney, you're going to see literally millions and millions of people every single week, let alone every day. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that and prepared and you know how to handle it. So we just talked about that for a while, and she was very relaxed. We talked about any past history I had, obviously, working in jobs, working with multiple people. She wanted to know if I'd ever roomed with anybody and, if I had any problems, and if not, what any problems were that came up, and how you could handle them in the best way possible and the most efficient way possible. So we talked about roommates. We talked about the pace that I work at, whether I work at a fast pace or a slow pace. And this especially is one place you don't want to lie on, because if you say you want to work in a fast-paced environment but you're really a slow-paced worker, or you enjoy things that are slower around you, and they put you in, the middle of Main Street, USA, in the Magic Kingdom, and you don't like fast-paced, you're not going to be happy there. So honestly and truly, the number one thing about this interview is do not lie to try and get this job. Don't do it at all. They asked you on the online interview, but really don't do it, because if you lie and you get something you don't want, or you don't know how to handle the situation, you're going to be in a lot of trouble and you're not going to be happy. And it's the happiest place on earth, so why would you want to do that? But that was pretty much all we talked about in my interview, and she was so sweet and she was so open. She answered any questions I had, which was really, really great, because I feel like we both were able to learn about the program, or I was able to learn about it and she was able to help me with it and everything, and she was able to learn about me. So overall, do not stress. Have a bottle of water, be prepared, have your driver's license if you want to work attractions, and do not lie for this internship. So I hopefully will be getting back to you guys with my acceptance, and watch my video on the character auditions if you're planning on doing that. And other than that, have a good day. Thanks for watching.